Right, backstory. I was working as a night auditor at the front desk. Now, for those that don't know, the night auditor is like an accounting job. We balance all the paperwork before accounting gets it. We balance every department, restaurant, bar dance club, conference center, etc. So our job was critical to be done correctly every night. Vivian was a woman only about 5'2". She was a very nice lady, but if she came looking for you because you screwed something up, even the GM would run for cover. If you didn't do your work and caused her to get chewed out by corporate, you better believe she would make sure the storm would roll downhill and hit you 10 times harder. I never had an issue with Vivian because, well, I did my job, which made her job a lot less stressful. I caught several mistakes. I was to document the mistakes so that management could speak to the person to make sure that they knew the proper procedure. This place loved printing everything. We would go through a ream of paper, like 500 sheets per night. When I completed an audit, we put all paperwork in a wire basket, which was about 3 reams of paper deep, and this was filled most nights, sometimes overflowing with paperwork. So here is the cast. Karen, the manager, Randy, co-worker and auditor number 2, Crystal, co-worker from the day shift, Sue, co-worker from the evening shift, Vivian, head accountant, and me, OP. So one day I'm about to go home and I notice we've only got 1 ream of paper left. So I left Karen a note explaining we needed paper to do an audit that night. I come in, look around, and sure as shit there's no paper. So I asked Sue, hey, where's the paper that I asked Karen for? And Sue responds, Karen said we had enough and didn't need to get any. I was like, what the fuck? I look at the printer tray. It has maybe 30 sheets in it. Of course, I know immediately this is not gonna work. I leave and go to a 24-hour store and grab a ream and then expense it. When I finished, I had maybe 15 pages left in the printer. Next night, Karen is there, steaming mad, demanding to know what was I thinking and how dare I go get paper? I do not have the authority to buy anything. I told Karen, I left you a note saying we didn't have enough paper. You didn't get any, so I had to get the paper to get the audit done. Truly, this woman never did the audit and had no clue how much paper we used at night. Karen said, I'm writing you up and you're going to sign it. To which my reply, no, I won't sign it and you can't make me legally. You and I both know you cannot force anyone to sign it. So don't try that crap with me. I then continued, you didn't go out and get paper, so I had to when I ran out of paper. How was I supposed to get the audit done with no paper? Karen refused to answer that question and said, your write-up will be in your mailbox tomorrow. Karen leaves for the night. That night I was so pissed. So was Randy, who worked the audit with me. About 6 a.m, Vivian comes in, as usual, and she was always there between 6 and 7 a.m. every morning. Now, usually both Randy and I are picking on her, just giving her a hard time for fun. We love to have fun with her first thing in the morning because she was not a morning person. Vivian looked at me and asked, what's wrong? It's written all over your face. Something bad has happened. So I told her everything. I just needed to vent at that point. At this point, a small nuclear explosion just happened. So this next part, I am cleaning it up to make it PG rated. I never saw anyone, even a sailor, use so many swear words. Vivian, with a very pissed look, said, so let me get this straight. You left Karen a note that you needed paper. She didn't get you paper, so you ran out to get the paper to do your job. Now she's going to write you up. I just confirmed, and Vivian continued. Oh, no. That is not happening. I guarantee that you won't get written up. I will take care of this immediately. And if you ever need paper, I give you authority to go and get it. Just give me the receipt and I will reimburse you for it. And then Vivian walks away. I looked at Randy and asked, well, what am I supposed to do? I have a dotted line to her, but Vivian's not our boss. Randy just says, well, I have no idea either. We'll just have to play it by ear. So, ladies and gentlemen, on to the aftermath. The next night, I walk in and Karen is there. I truly wanted to avoid her, but Karen looked horrible. To say she looked like she got ran over by a freight train a dozen times doesn't even come close to describing how bad she looked. With a tail between her legs, Karen apologized for yelling at me and explained she had no right to do so. What I learned a while later is Vivian reports to corporate, who has the power to write anyone in that building up, including the GM. Crystal said she saw Vivian go in and heard Vivian yell at Karen for over 30 minutes that morning. The entire front desk could hear through a closed door and the wall dividing the back from the front area. Crystal couldn't make out what was said, but no one went behind that wall the entire time because they were too terrified. Vivian had to have her reports done by 10 a.m. And if I would have waited for the first manager to get in, which was Vivian, my audit wouldn't have been done until about 8 or 9. And this means she would have missed her deadline and corporate would have chewed her out badly.